Hi, I'm Arthur Breitman from Tezos, filling in for Kathleen, our CEO who was supposed to present but is not feeling well. So, quick presentation on Tezos. What is Tezos? Tezos is not an app coin. Tezos is core infrastructure. We're building a smart contract platform. And we think there's many exciting applications for smart contracts which are coming up. The problem is that some of them may be years down the line. And when they happen, how do you know that the platform you have today is going to be competitive, a year, 5 years from now, with the rate of innovation in this space? And to that end, what we're doing is we're building a platform where upgrades to the protocol can be pushed in a decentralized fashion, right? So if you look today at the landscape, you have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not moving very fast because there's governance deadlocks that prevents upgrades. You have Ethereum who's moving much faster, but we're still extremely centralized in terms of development. We're setting up a system where anyone, anywhere can contribute to the code and make the platform better and upgrade it. And we have those upgrades on the fly, on-chain, so we don't need to hard fork to have innovation. And we've been building this for about 3 years and a half now. Probably the best way to get an introduction to the platform is to read our paper from 2014 that presents our view on blockchains and the challenges that they face. So I've been told to present a little bit what it looks like currently. So if you connect to our AlphaNet, which we have been running for a few months now, this is what you'll see. So it is still very much a command line application. We're geeks at heart. We're building core technology. We don't have a lot of pretty GUIs yet. But you can deploy smart contracts. You can transact. You can do all sorts of things already on the platform, which is up and running. So fortunately, we have hired recently some UX guys. So we're building some nicer GUIs. And this is what they would look like. So these are just our mock-ups for now. But this gives you an idea of what the platform might look like. So in general, to think a little bit about our differentiators, what Tezos does beyond governance is propose a smart contract language that has a full formal specification and which has been designed for formal verification. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you look at the ratio of the value at risk in blockchain divided by the number of line of code, you'll find that this is a ratio that's very, very high, right? You have a lot of value with very, very few pieces of code. And you see that in other industries, such as the aerospace industry. And in those industries, they have adopted a technical formal verification where you actually make mathematical proofs that what you're doing is correct. Now, to be sure, there have been efforts for formal verification in other ledgers. There's effort in Bitcoin, there's effort in Ethereum. But a lot of the times, those efforts are very, very hard to push forward because the ledgers themselves were not designed to lend themselves well to this type of analysis. And what we've done is design our ledger from the ground up in a way that would make it easier for us to make proofs. So we've already been able, for instance, to prove the correctness of the multi-signature contracts within Tezos. So we're having a fundraiser. So we've partnered with a Swiss foundation, the Tezos Foundation. And this foundation is going to be conducting a fundraiser. It was initially planned for May 22nd, but we actually had to push it back a little bit due to the backlog that regulators have in Switzerland. After that, so we have a live testnet. We still probably need 2 to 4 months of development before we're ready to launch. We mostly want to perform more security audits on the network to make sure that once we do have a public launch, we can be certain that we don't have to do it again. There's not a lot of do-overs with Genesis blocks. And so if you're interested in that, bear in mind that this is not an app coin. This is not an ERC20 token. You would be basically holding a paper wallet for a period of time. But if that excites you, I think we're building cool technology. We're kind of a unique proposition value right now in this space. And so if you want to find out more about the project, go to tezos.com, www.tezos.com. Or the foundation website, www.tezos.ch. And you can also follow us on Twitter. We're at Tezos with a 0. or join our Slack, slack.tezos.com. We're happy to engage with the community. We've been getting a lot of attention lately, so we went from being this very small, under-the-radar project to dealing with a fire hose of attention. But we're really glad of all the positive encouragement we've gotten and the reception of the community so far. Thank you.